Hello friends, today we are going to see the concept of earning per share. What is meant by earning per share? How it is calculated? What is the importance of earning per share? Okay. So let us start with what is importance of earning per share in the present business. Most of the shareholders are interested in checking out how much is earning per share of a company. The major reason being it is one of the important indicators of profitability of the firm. So it gives them indication that how the companies perform. So basically it is nothing but how much company has earned on per share basis. And that is why the formula of calculation of earning per share is easy, and higher the earnings per share of a company, the greater its profitability is. That is the reason why that earning per share is considered as one of the important aspects of profitability of the firm. The formula for calculating EPS is as follows: that profit after tax, that is net profit or net earnings of a company, minus preference dividend upon number of equity shares. Now let us have a look at how this profit after tax is calculated and why we minus preference dividend from it to get earning per share with the help of an example. Normally, when we talk about profit, how we calculate profit is sales minus operating cost equals to profit. But now, actually, when you will see profit, you have to go through the income statement to understand how net profit is. Let us have an example that how net profit is calculated. When we minus cost from the sales, we get profit. Okay, in general sense we call it as profit, but in financial terms it is termed as profit before depreciation, interest and tax. The reason being, to earn this profit, company has suffered capital loss in terms of reduction in the value of fixed assets, and that is the reason why depreciation that we provide for. Apart from that, company hasn't still minus, or company hasn't yet made payment of interest and payment of taxes, and that is the reason why this profit is not considered as the actual profit in the hands of company. Okay, so let us have a look at this example where company has generated sales of rupees 10 lakh and the operating cost amounts to rupees 6 lakh. But if you see, um, profit before depreciation, interest and tax comes to 4 lakh, and suppose company has fixed assets amounting to rupees 20 lakh, and company is providing 5% depreciation on it every year. So on 20 lakhs at the rate of 5% depreciations comes to rupees 1 lakh, and when we minus this depreciation from the profit, that will get profit before interest and tax of rupees 3 lakh. Now suppose company has taken loan to purchase some of the fixed assets which amounts to rupees 5 lakh, and company is going to pay 10% of interest on that 5 lakh rupees. So 10% on 5 lakh comes to 50,000, which is the interest payment that the company is supposed to make to the financial institutions or bank. Now in that case, since interest is tax deductible expense, after minusing this interest, profit before tax comes to 2,50,000 rupees. Now this is the profit earned by the company, but since company has earned profit, company is also supposed to pay 30% taxes on that profit. And that is the reason why 30% of 2,50,000, which amounts to 75,000, is minus from that profit, and actual earnings in the hands of company comes to net profit. This is what is called as an earnings for the company, and that is the reason why This is the actual profit which is available to the company for distributing dividend to the share. Let us see how to calculate earning per share from the given information. Now the formula of earning per share equals to net earnings or net income divided by number of equity shares. Now this net earnings is the net profit available to the shareholders. Now in case company has both preference shareholders as well as equity shareholders, so in that case preference shareholders gets the preferential rights and they are going to get dividend, fixed percentage of dividend on the preference capital first will be paid to them, and then remaining amount will be divided in the number of equity shares, and that's how we'll get the amount of earning per share. In the given sum, if company has not taken any preferential or company has not raised preferential capital, in that case all the amount of net profit, that is 1,75,000, belongs to the equity shareholders, and that is the reason why this 1,75,000 will be divided into the number of equity shares. Suppose number of equity shares for the given sum comes to 80,000, then in that case we'll see how to calculate earning per share. Since company is not having any preferential capital, there's no question of paying preference dividend, and that is the reason why this 1,75,000 earnings will be divided into 80,000 number of equity shares, and on each shares that the company has earned rupees 2.19. So this is how you can understand how easy it is to calculate earning per share, provided that you prepare income statement first. Okay, so earning per share, to conclude, that earning per share is nothing but earnings of a company, net earnings of a company divided into the number of equity shares outstanding in the market. Hope you understood the sum. Thank you. If you wish to subscribe for more videos, you can subscribe the channel. Thank you.